So we are going to discuss about pulses paradoxes. What is pulses paradoxes? What are the causes? And let's start this discussion with a story of 1873. So this is the story of 1873. A doctor named Adolf Kussmaul, a dyspneic patient came to his office, and while examining his pulse, he found that during inspiration the pulse is to disappear and it used to reappear during expiration. So he again palpated the pulse carefully and observed his respiratory variation. So again it used to disappear during inspiration and reappear during expiration. So he had never seen this phenomenon till then in his life. So what he thought, there is some variation in the pulse with respiratory cycle, but let me palpate the cardiac impulse now. While palpating cardiac impulse, what he observed that there is no variation with respiratory cycle. The impulse was present even during inspiration and even during expiration. So he thought, no, I may be something mistake. So he again palpated the pulse. But the pulse used to disappear during inspiration and reappear during expiration. So he thought there is something paradox in this. That's why he told this pulses paradoxes. Because compared to cardiac impulse, there was something paradox in his pulse. So this is the story of 1873. And now this is 2021, and now we know that there is nothing paradox in this. It is just exaggeration of the normal variation. Okay, so there is less than 10 mmHg fall in systolic blood pressure during inspiration, but in pathological states that fall is more, and that is exaggeration of the normal fall in systolic blood pressure during inspiration, that is called pulses paradoxes. Okay, so let me draw this graph. So this is expiration and this is inspiration. So what you see, let's suppose this is 120 mmHg and this is, let's say, 114 mmHg. So what you see, during inspiration there is some slight fall in systolic blood pressure and this gap is 6 mmHg. So this is the normal. Less than 10 mmHg fall in systolic blood pressure is normal. Okay, but let's suppose this is 120 mmHg and this is, let's suppose this is 90 mmHg. Okay, let's suppose this is a hypothetical, okay, example. So the gap is, let's suppose this is 30 mmHg. So with respiratory cycle there is about 30 mmHg fall in systolic blood pressure during inspiration. So this is abnormal, and this kind of situation can be observed in pathological states like cardiac tamponade, acute exacerbation of asthma, COPD. Okay. Now let me draw cardiac chambers for you. Okay, so this is the heart, and this is right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle, and this is the pericardium. And let's suppose this is pericardial fluid causing tamponade effect. It is cardiac tamponade. So this is, before understanding this, let's erase this first of all to give you slight overview of the normal mechanism. Okay, so during inspiration what happens, there is fall in systolic blood pressure during inspiration. Why it occurs? Because during inspiration there is negative intrathoracic pressure, and that sucks the blood from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava in the right side chamber. Okay, and that sucks the blood. Okay, and the blood is filled here. Okay, and another thing is that during inspiration the pulmonary vasculatures are more compliant and there is more pooling of the blood inside lungs. Okay, so during inspiration that more blood comes inside this right side chamber, and okay, and due to the more filling of blood in this chamber, this septum is pushed slight bit, and due to this pushing of this septum, interventricular septum, this normal amount of blood is less in this chamber, and less blood is pumped outside the aorta. That's why there is fall in systolic blood pressure during inspiration. Okay, but now what I was doing was telling you cardiac tamponade. Okay, so let me draw this cardiac tamponade for you. So let's suppose this is fluid filled pericardium, pericardial cavity. So normally what happens that this while during inspiration, when more blood comes in this chamber, this right side chamber can expand in this way and this way. Okay, because it can expand in both directions, because the chamber expands from all directions. Okay, but in tamponade, it is this on this side the chamber cannot enlarge. Okay, so the only space where it can enlarge in this direction, so the septum is pushed more. Okay, so septum is pushed like this. Okay, so if the septum is more pushed inside the left side, so there is less blood inside this cavity, and if there is less blood, so less blood is pumped outside. Okay, through aorta. Okay, so there is exaggeration of the normal systolic blood pressure fall. Okay, due to cardiac tamponade, exaggeratory fall in systolic blood pressure during cardiac tamponade. So how do you measure how do you measure pulsus paradoxus? How do you measure pulsus paradoxus? So you inflate the cuff. Let's suppose you inflate the cuff to 170 mmHg, and you release slowly by 1 mmHg or 2 mmHg. Release slowly. The fall slowly release it. Okay. So, and let's suppose you start hearing Kotokoff sound at 150 mmHg. Okay. You start hearing Kotokoff sound at 150 mmHg, and observe the respiratory cycle as well. With while you listen this Kotokoff sound, observe the respiratory variation as well. So during inspiration, what you will observe that Kotokoff sound disappears. Kotokoff sound disappears, but during expiration, Kotokoff sound reappears. So there is respiratory variation. Okay. And let's suppose at 150 mmHg you are seeing like that, and let's suppose from 130 mmHg till 80 mmHg there is no respiratory variation, and you see there is, you listen and see with the respiratory variation, there is no respiratory variation from 130 to 88 mmHg, but during this time there was respiratory variation. So the gap is 20 mmHg. It is more than 10 mmHg. Okay. So this is exaggerated fall in systolic blood pressure. So there is something pathology going on. You suspect like that. Okay. So this may be due to cardiac tamponade, acute exacerbation of COPD, or asthma exacerbation. If we talk on cardiac tamponade, this video will be very long because there is more content in this. But just to give you slight overview how to measure, okay, and what is the basic mechanism, I have made this video.